Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where I have no memory of this, but apparently we have two dangerous factions. I just started up the game. I think that maybe this isn't calculated correctly. We can actually check that. Okay, yeah, this is definitely not calculated correctly. 11,000 is not 55% of 91,000. Okay, we're going to tick forward here, and I'm assuming both of those are probably going to go away. This is not acceptable. Not acceptable. We don't want to ransom off vassals at this time. Okay, looks good. So last episode, of course, we grabbed some territory down here. This ransom is also unacceptable. So that's looking absolutely fine. We are now 10 years of age. So it'll be a little bit before we come of age. And that's okay. Unwelcome attention, huh? A 26% chance that we beat him to death. A 66% chance that we beat him and he leaves us alone. 0% chance that he beats us to death. 0% chance he beats us badly. And only a 6% chance that he beats us. We beat him to death. Well, okay. That was not what the odds were, but sure. I guess that's what happened. So we can look around over here just to see if we have any free claims. And actually, this is still barely up above. Okay. Noted. So that'll be fine. I'm not concerned about that Liberty faction. If they want to declare war, I'm going to let them. Hello. Yeah, that's just that single sheikdom. That's right. I remember that from last episode. Checking in over this way, not a whole lot. I would absolutely love to get a kingdom claim on this, on Egypt here. That would be ideal. Definitely ideal. So, what can we potentially do about that? I highly doubt that any of these guys would accept an invitation to court, even if that was allowed under our rule set, which it is not. Yeah, they would not. But hypothetically. No. I don't think there's any... Well, we could theoretically get some of that set up, but I don't think there's any point in looking at that right now. West Francia would be absolutely great. We can't do that. What we need to do right now is build up our prestige. That is kind of top priority here. We do need a new steward, and that'll be this guy. But we need to build up our prestige, and we need to invite claimants once we can. Oh, we need a marshal too? Okay. There we go. Cool. So, for the time being, we can, of course, spend down our gold. There's plenty of things to spend it on over this way. So, we will absolutely do that. Temple level 3 cannot be upgraded at this time. We did just discover standing armies. So that does, of course, mean that our top priority changes. We can now get another set of bombards, which we will definitely do. There we go. Gotta have those siege weapons. And as far as our last setup for our men-at-arms go, I'm leaning towards a second unit of armored horsemen. Yeah, I think that'll do. So we go ahead and grab that, and now we're going to need to max all of these out, and that's going to be quite expensive. So we'll get that set up, but that'll take a little bit of time to get that done. A mess of a feast, huh? We could become impatient, shy, or gluttonous. None of those are good for us, but stewardship is especially bad. Monthly prestige plus 20% isn't awful, so we'll become impatient here. And that'll do the trick. Cool. We'll increase our size here. Okay, so we get to determine our sexuality here. It doesn't really matter, I don't think. Because we have multiple secondary spouses, it really doesn't matter. So it's possible that actually the fertility malice from homosexuality might be the best thing here. That said, I'm still thinking like we're on partition. It doesn't actually matter. It doesn't actually matter. Okay. So in that case, I'm just thinking, is there a like opinion malice for homosexuality? I don't think there is, but I'm not 100% on that. Yeah, I don't think there is. So I think this is completely and totally irrelevant what we pick. Completely and totally irrelevant. Realistically, asexual might be the way to go here if we want to have fewer children. But I don't think there's actually a reason to have fewer children. Now that we're on ultimogeniture. We went to ultimogeniture, right? Let me just double check that. Yes, ultimogeniture. So I don't think it matters. Having more children is actually better for us here because then we have more diplomatic bargaining chips. So in that case, we should definitely go for not having a fertility malice, which means that we should go for heterosexuality. Okay. So we're ticking on forward there. And this should be the way to go. It's exclusively to have more diplomatic negotiating, like more people to negotiate with. And by negotiate, I mean give away in marriage. That is definitely what is meant there. So we just finished up a faith conversion. That looks good. We're going to continue to work up over here. We also need to work on our cultural conversions. There's a lot of these that still need work. So we could head up over to, like, Algiers. Cool. That looks good. Absolutely great. So that is fine. Prisoners can be ransomed. And we can ransom all of these that are not vassals. So something kind of like this. Just working our way through this. How many more are there? There's a few. Okay, these are all vassals. So we'll just work our way down. Cool. I think one more. Yes. So we have about 1,100 gold here, and what are we going to spend that on? Well, obviously, we're going to spend it on our men-at-arms. So we're going to bump those up to size 17 for our pikemen, and our archers are going to go up to size 17. Our bombards up to size 17. Our other bombards up to size 16. Actually, that's 15. Okay, now they're size 17. Now it's just our two new men-at-arms. So, these bombards can work their way up, but it's going to take a little bit of time, and that's fine. We are, of course, 12, and our heir is currently our sister. Noted. We could make this guy a mayor. Actually, this lady? Yeah, this lady would be the mayor. She is Russian. This must be why we have so many Russian mayors. This event here. The AI must be choosing to do this. Interesting. I don't necessarily like the stress working its way up. Okay, what city is this? That is a important question to ask. This city is already maxed out, so it going to a Russian person doesn't actually matter to us. So that's fine. You can have it. That way we don't build up the stress. I like it. We do have some court events going on here. So let's take a look at what we've got going on here. We can get a cat. Sounds good. And sure, these guys can duel. Our court grandeur goes up. And let's see here. 6 court grandeur or lose stress and get closer to forming a friendship with our player heir. Sure. We can play with our sister a little bit there. So that'll be fine. Fantastic. Makes her less likely to try to overthrow us later. So we can definitely look at additional claims out this direction at some point. There's even potentially some claims that we can do down here that are not necessarily connected to us. I'm not too concerned about that right now. Our biggest concern is definitely getting our men-at-arms maxed out. So that goes up to... Oh, we get this event again. Do we beat this guy to death as well? Okay. We did not. We beat him and he leaves us alone. Fantastic. Okay, so we bump our bombards up to size 11. We still need quite a lot of cash to get this bumped up to maximum. Because we've still got these heavy cavalry after that, and heavy cavalry are quite expensive. So that's fine. We'll come back to that once we have a little bit more cash. Checking in up over here. No CBs. And no CBs. Okay. I would really like to go after West Francia. I would love to. Under most circumstances, I would have done this Invade Kingdom CB so long ago. It's such a good CB. But we're not going to do that because we're operating under anti-snowball rules. So that'll be fine. This is the guy that we beat up. Okay. He doesn't really care that we beat him up, apparently. Sure, we'll attend his feast. What could possibly go wrong? I look forward to this. Actually, it's a meeting of the peers. Sure. We do have a decent amount of cash here. 80% chance of increasing our prowess. We just didn't get it, and that increased our stress. Sad. Apparently, we could get a crush on this girl here. I don't think we care about that. Losing stress is fine. The language barrier. Just talk loudly and slowly. That'll do the trick. Okay, so let's go ahead and bump up our bombards here to size 17. And our armored horsemen can work their way up a little bit. There we go. And we have met our peers and are now returning home. Unfortunately, we didn't get much in terms of prestige from that, but we can meet our peers. We attended their meeting of the peers, and now we're having our own meeting of the peers. Cool. We'll save this guy. We made a friend. And 80% chance that we picked up on the basics, and indeed we did. Sure. We can also gain a crush on her. I mean, again, this doesn't really matter, so losing stress is probably better than forming a rivalry here and gaining singular focus. Learning +1, but general opinion -5. That's not bad. Let's go with that. It does gain us stress, but the learning +1 does mean that we will be working towards Renaissance thought just that little bit faster, which that is currently fascinated and exposed. We should probably go for something else here. Unfortunately, we're not the culture head, so we don't get to do that. We'll become the culture head as soon as we come of age, but Renaissance thought is going to be finished up very shortly here. The maximum existing development penalty going up wouldn't be bad, but that's now exposing rightful ownership and... What's this guy focusing? Okay, rightful ownership. Sounds good. Okay, well, we had a crush on her, but she rejected us, and that is heart-wrenching. So we could become vengeful. We could become chaste. That seems, a little overkill, and definitely not what we're going for here. Or we could become stubborn. I like the stewardship increase there. So we're going to take stubborn. That looks good. We did inherit a location that we don't want to have. So where is that? I don't believe that's in here. So it's somewhere in our expansive empire. The question is, where? Not down over this way. Aha. Okay, so we can grant this out. There we go. And we can actually grab an additional location. So I would love to revoke this guy's title. 36% chance of acceptance. A lot of people would join that rebellion. Okay, we could send this guy a gift to boost up that opinion. That brings it up to 57. Now, we can't sway at this point because he's a child. Hang on. Can we go in here and convince de jure territory? No, there's no valid targets. Okay, noted. Our cat has killed some rodents. Always good. So we need to improve this guy's opinion somehow. And we have no alliance as a clan vassal. Interesting that he's a clan. Pretty sure we're not a clan. Oh, no, we are a clan. Never mind. For some reason, I thought we were feudal, but no, we're a clan. I mean, we are feudal, but we're also, like, that's the... irrelevant. It's irrelevant. Okay, so what else can we get here? Liege holds de jure duchy, absolute crown authority, impatient and stubborn, and singular focus. Okay, fair enough. Hosted me to meet peers, plus 32. Received gift. Okay. Yep, just checking all of that. Okay. So, there's not a lot that we can do to increase the opinion of this guy. There's now a 65% chance here. So we could do something like this. Okay. And will that actually get us opinion? I don't know that it will. But now that he's here... only a 65% chance. Okay. And that's ticking down because his opinion of us is ticking down. Noted. So we do need a new counselor. We need a steward here. And we need a marshal. There we go. What else can we do about this guy? 48% chance of imprisonment. And all of these guys would rebel. So we don't want to risk that. That's for sure. We're now 14. And this guy is 9. We'll be able to start swaying him eventually. I was hoping that just receiving the gift would be enough. He just became content. 100% chance. Done. Okay, well that was lucky. Cool. So there's that problem solved. Now we need to spend down our gold again. And we're going to spend that over this way. Cool. We're just going to get everything built haphazardly. It'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. As we get things closer to being fully maxed out, we'll probably be a little bit more cautious about how we're doing this. But for now, it'll be okay. So these upgrades are looking good. We can't upgrade that one because that's unfortunately the wrong culture, but it's all looking fine there. We do need a new marshal again. That'll be this guy. But what is going on with this faction? Okay. We just finished a faith conversion. He's still working on a cultural conversion, but we could continue to work on faith. There we go. Beautiful. And it looks like we're not going to have any issues with this faction. Okay. So, we're going to stop having a crush on her. She did reject us, but we gained 10 opinion of her. Okay. That'll be fine. So we're now 14. And our betrothed is also 14. Our betrothed is probably not going to be our primary wife, is my guess. We're going to go for a secondary spouse that is probably going to get elevated to primary wife in order to have sufficient stewardship. I mean, we have good stewardship as it is right now. And how long on rightful ownership? 2 years. Boy, at this rate, we're going to be fully done with tech very, very soon. Like, we're maybe 5 years away here. Yeah, that's not very far away. So with that in mind, we need to be thinking about what our initial goals are going to be here now that we've achieved our, like, midterm goals, right? So we're now looking at our late game goals, and we need to think about what we want. Well, to a large degree, that's going to be based entirely on what we get from inviting claimants, which we need more prestige to be able to do that. We can create titles. That's definitely a way to generate prestige, but for the moment, I'm kind of shying away from doing that. And the reason for that is because the current vassal layout suits me. I'm okay with it. We don't need to deal with our vassals at this moment. So this is all looking good. Guilds there seems fine. We can also build guilds over here. We've got plenty of cash still. Upgrading this to a level 2 temple would be absolutely great once we got the cash, but we don't have it currently. Man, that's expensive. Construction slowdown. That would be why. Okay, sure. Okay, we have come of age. And we became Midas touched. Oh, wow. Okay. So in stewardship, we hop into wealth focus. Midas touch means we're making a lot of money. This guy's a rival, apparently. Sure. And we're in wealth focus right now, so we're making 210.9 per month. We are Midas touched, which is great. Monthly stewardship lifestyle experience means that we're going to burn through those stewardship traits. Next, we should look for a wife with very high stewardship, like her. Sure. That costs us a little bit of prestige. But there we go. And she becomes our primary spouse. And then we're going to make sure that she is managing our domain, making it so that we can have up to 15 domain. Now, this is still not high enough. We need a total of, let's see here, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. But it's definitely a step in the right direction. We're basically never going to get to that point, for the record. So we will go ahead and revoke some of these titles. I want to make sure to revoke this economic castle back here. There we go. That makes us an additional 9 per month. And then we'll revoke this one and this one. Cool. And we just need these 3 castles at this point. But that is absolutely excellent. We're making 250 per month now. That is insane, for the record. Absolutely nuts. We became the culture head, and I think that we're going to... Let's see here. So that's 20 months away, 67 years. 3 years, 10 years. I think this is fine to have rightful ownership be 3 years out rather than 2 years out, but yet be shaving like 47 years off of promissory notes. I think this is acceptable. So we'll go ahead and do that, and then we're going to have all of the technologies that we can. So that'll be great. We don't have to change anything else here. Ever. Perfect. Now, we do have too few spouses, and we should probably... Let's see. You are still considered a betrothed. That's fine. We should probably go for people who have decent congenital traits. I don't really care too much about these. That'll be fine. Cool. The next thing that we need to do is host a lavish feast. We need to work up our prestige here. Welcome, friends, because we need to invite claimants. That is our next primary goal. So we are now 16. Ooh, the wine merchant should still be in town. We'll fight thirst. I'm not super happy about that because we didn't get to go into our private stores there. But we did gain an extra 150 prestige. That's a big deal. That betrothal has been fulfilled, so that's fine. Okay. I'm just waiting for the feast to end. It's a little strange that it hasn't ended yet. There we go. Until next time. So that brings us up to 1350. Now we're going to call a hunt. Yes, show this guy in. Beautiful. Okay. Your marshland, is it? Well, then show us around. Cool. So we're going to continue to upgrade over here, of course. Our wives are becoming pregnant, and there's another 150 prestige. That means that we can invite claimants. So let's send the herald. What do we get? Okay, before they show up, let's talk about what would be ideal. Ideal would be a claimant to this kingdom and to West Francia. That would be ideal. What do we suppose the odds of that are? My guess, nil. But we'll see. The Kingdom of Italy. She's female. I'm not sure we can actually claim that. Or actually press that. But we're going to recruit her nevertheless. 175, that is a useful claim. And we can check in to see. Maybe she hasn't actually joined our court yet. Yeah, I don't think we can claim it. I think that we can't press that. This is a county level title. I'm not too interested in county level claims. Let's see what else we've got. Any other claimants? That's also county level. So we can only press a woman's claims based on our, I believe, faith. Only against other women, children, or incapable rulers. So if we wanted to press that claim, the way we would do it is by eliminating this guy and making sure that his heir takes over as a child. Then we would be able to press that claim, hypothetically. We can start the scheme. It may not be good. We'll see. How far up can we bring this? I mean, sure. Sure. 28 and 43. So that's not great. 87 and 95. Whoa. Hang on. That just changed dramatically. Wild. Not sure why that happened, but in that case, we may be able to get our hands on Italy here. That would be a big deal. So, sure, we'll go for that. We'll work on that, and fingers crossed that we'll be able to get Italy in the next episode. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including Kazarol, ALS Gamer, Kentuin, James Shadowwolf, MLohan80, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Video Games Are Not Real, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Unisol, Kadra, Rogue Corvid, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.